It's time for the Nebraska Volleyball Coaches Show.
Center dump by Lauren Carter. Great up by Olivia. Had a little help from Laney Choboy. Now on a free ball over. Northwestern fires from the right pin. Bullington dug. Back row shot. Kaboom! Harper Murray. 17-10. A laser from the 10-foot line. Another in-state kid just sacrificing for the greater good. Right side swing. Virginia Andrano over Jake. Big blast by Rebecca Alec. Kaboom! Woo-hoo. Off the dig and a shank out of here. It's 23-16. Olivia the honors floats it across. Taylor Hold'em, nice pass. Fed left, big swing. She sets it. Block. Andy Jackson. Blocking better than a filibuster. 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight. 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, alongside head coach Danny Bus Boom Kelly, here's your host, John Baylor.
Greetings, Nebraska, and welcome to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. Weekly, 6 until 7, Tuesdays. Catch it right here on your favorite HRN affiliate. My name's John Baylor. You know who the star of the show is. She's going to join us momentarily. This week, you're 20-0. Number one ranked Huskers, 10-0 in the conference, are facing the Wisconsin Badgers. Into the Badgers' den they travel. Wisconsin 15-3, 8-2 in the conference. The Big Red and Wisconsin. And then a weekend of challenge continues Sunday, 1 o'clock against Oregon back at the Devaney. We're going to go to the mailbag. If you want to get into questions, check out Twitter. Your chance to throw in questions are available there the 2 days prior to the show. And I've got a few of yours ready to go here, but let's bring her in. The undefeated head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, Danny Busboom Kelly. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Appreciate the curiosity. Now, let's stay focused here, all righty? Friday night against Wisconsin. Here we are earlier in the week. Have you done a lot of work on Wisconsin, or have you shared a lot of your epiphanies with the team already?
No, we haven't done anything on Wisconsin yet. It's only Tuesday.
All right.
We did a little Oregon prep. We like to do the second team first and then file that away. So when we go back to them on Saturday, everybody knows what we're talking about. We've had an intro. But we'll go Wisconsin now the rest of the week. And obviously, Mimi Collier is one of the best players in the country. And Carter Booth, one of the best middles in the Big Ten. So some really great players. You know, their libero turned me down at Louisville. Not happy about her.
So this is a revenge game for you.
A little bit. but no, for real, obviously a really good team we're about to face. Whether they're starting setters in or out, they're still very, very good.
Now, you look at the numbers for the two middles, Carter Booth. I mean, she's a once-a-decade talent. She's not getting the ball a lot. She's got fewer than 2 kills a set. So you're thinking, okay, passing is the issue. You've seen the film. What do you see?
I don't really think passing's the issue. I just think now they have a freshman setter who wasn't playing, you know, and you kind of default to your comfort level especially when you're young and in tight moments. And when you have Mimi out there, it's hard not to get her the ball. I mean, she's pretty terminal and pretty good.
So you're thinking, okay, maybe I will set the middle. But then you're like, well, come to think of it, Mimi Collier's out there. I can just bump set a moonbeam set. I mean, she's having a better year statistically than Sarah Franklin did last year.
Not surprising. She's just so talented.
What makes her so great? What doesn't she do well? Let's just start there. That's a short list.
Well, nothing. She does everything well.
Yeah, okay.
So I think she's also, from what I've never spoken to her, so I'm going off what I hear, is just that she is a really awesome person and a great teammate and a great competitor. So not surprising. When great people are also very talented athletically, usually they put up some pretty good numbers.
5.2 kills a set. That was an intended pause, so people could just take that in as they navigate I-80. 5.2 kills a set, hitting 317. So she's getting a ton of swings. Everyone knows she's going to attack. They still can't stop her.
Yep.
And then defensively, how about this? She's got 0.8 blocks per set.
Yeah.
That tells me she can anticipate.
Oh, yeah, especially as a left side blocker. That's massive number, you know, and you usually see opposites around that number, and they're getting way more attempts than the left side. So that'll be a fun matchup for us with whether it's Virginia or Allie or Andy going on a slide or Becca just going up against her as a blocker.
Brand new setter in the action for Wisconsin. As Andy Horner is her name. And Addie Horner is a true freshman. She's 6 feet 3 inches tall. And she's learning the sport. And when she's learning the position, really. And when she took over 6 matches ago, they're 4-2 since she took over. First match was against Penn State. And they were all out of sync, which shows you what happens when you lose your starting center.
For sure. And especially somewhat abruptly. You know, that's pretty difficult. And then you have a freshman coming in, and I'm pretty familiar with Horner. She ran a 6.2 in club, so she hasn't even really run a 5.1 in probably years. So that's another wrinkle in it. This is probably her first time running a 5.1 in a long time. Yeah,
she's 6 feet 3 inches tall, and she gets in the up front, she's like, hold everything. I can finally use my height.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, because she was a right side coming into the Wisconsin program, and now she's going to take over the 6 rotation center. I heard recently there was a play in which the second ball dropped, and Kelly Sheffield had to call a timeout. I believe this is at Washington last weekend. They won in 4 there. They won in 4 at Oregon. That's no small feat. Oregon's really good. And Kelly Sheffield, the head coach, had to call a timeout and bring the team over and remind Addie Horner, you are the setter. You have to play the second ball. That's how new she is to being a full-time player at that position.
Yep.
And Charlie Fearbringer's out. The word is indefinitely, probably at the very earliest postseason.
Yeah.
Tragic. You've seen the video.
It's just a very unique injury. Just something that you can't really explain. I'm sure they feel the same way at Wisconsin. But watching the film, you're like, what happened here? But you can just see immediately that she was hurt pretty severely.
Now, as you know, Coach, Husker fans focus on the Wisconsin match. Is this a rivalry built on respect?
For sure. Yeah, I haven't been a part of it for 8 years, so I can't speak to that. But when I was an assistant here, I felt like that's when Wisconsin hired Kelly Sheffield. They, had Carlini. It's kind of the start of the dynasty there. And there were some very, very heated matches.
And then they went on to win 4 straight Big Ten championships in volleyball. They won 10 in a row against Nebraska. But since then, the Huskers have won 4 out of 5, and the last 3 were sweeps.
Well, there you go.
Things are looking a little better, but the pain doesn't go away right away.
Oh, for sure not. 10 in a row. I think that'll last for years to come.
Husker fans, we remember these things, but this is not the Wisconsin team your older siblings grew up with. Listen to all the players they lost. All right, Anna Schreck is gone. Cece Crawford eligibility over. Devin Robinson, Yulia Orzel, Sarah Franklin. They're all gone from last year's team that didn't even make a Final Four, which is stunning. Guess why? Came through Lincoln, 3-set sweep by the Huskers. But then 3 little players transferred. Gulce Gushchekin goes to Tennessee. They're having a great year. Hayden Kubik's going crazy. Lola Schumacher, UCLA, and Sage Damrow to Creighton. She's legit as a great libero. I think Creighton's a sleeper for a Final Four. While we're on the topic, what do you think?
This might be their year. Just even though you think that's crazy, they just lost, a huge chunk of their Kendra Waite, Nora Sis.
The head coach.
She's decent. So you'd think a rebuilding year, but just with volleyball in the country being a little bit down with the loss of all the COVID seniors and Creighton, returning some very talented pieces, they might be right up there and definitely a great chance.
And that was your toughest match of the year so far.
Yeah. Well, Kentucky in Nashville, that was tough.
50-50.
Yeah, 50.
All right. And both those, but everyone says Kentucky, they're a Final Four team. They got Texas this week in Gregory Fieldhouse down there in Austin, Texas. That'll be one to watch. That's a Sunday matinee. But no one says, Creighton, they're on a Final Four mission.
That's true.
And they probably should.
Yeah.
Interestingly, all these years when both Creighton and Nebraska are heading to the postseason, the NCAA Tournament Committee has never placed the 2 in the same region.
Yeah. Well, I think they do that on purpose, just in-state rivalries. They try to avoid. It's the same like when I was at Louisville, we were never in the same region as Kentucky.
What's that about? Just want to keep things simmer down a little bit? They don't want to get things overheated?
Well, and I think you play each other so much over the course of, years that
maybe there'll be a late December interaction with Nebraska and Creighton. And then you've got the injury to the starting center, Charlie Fearbringer, we talked about. And then Grace Egan missed a lot. And she's a 6th rotation player. She's playing on the right side for the first time. Last year at Ohio State, she played on the left side. That's a ton of change. I mean, you're talking about 10 players, 5 of whom graduated, 3 transferred, 2 unexpectedly injured. And still, I mean, this is a very talented team you're facing on Friday night.
For sure. Well, it's the same as Penn State. When we went into that match thinking, of course, their setter's out, their star setter, Charlie Fearbringer, Izzy Stark, 2 of the best setters in the country. Easily, most anybody would agree they're out, but they both still have one of the best players in the country. Penn State with Kennedy Martin, Wisconsin with Mimi Collier. And when there's a player like that across the net, you can never count them out. You don't care who you're playing against. It's just they're so talented, they can take over.
On the one hand, I want to push back and say, well, it's such an interconnected sport. Like a Michaela Fecke needs a lot of help. But maybe a Kennedy Martin can just take bump sets and turn them into points.
Yeah, for sure. And, of course, probably to win multiple matches, tight matches in a row, they're going to need help. But to win one match on a Friday night, I think those players can get it done with little help.
Kennedy Martin the other day, a 4-set win over Ohio State. What's happened to the Buckeyes? That's a sad one. 26 kills, 21 digs. She's just saying, GMTB, get me the ball. Stay right there. We got more Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Hey Husker fans, D-Wayne here. We all know it's fun coming to a Husker game, but you know what's even more fun? Coming to a Husker game with all your friends, family, and teammates. Nebraska Athletics is now offering discounted group tickets and exclusive experiences for soccer, men's and women's basketball, wrestling, women's gymnastics, baseball, and softball. Get a group together and visit huskers.com/group tickets. Our all-star staff will guide you through the no-hassle process and make sure your game day experience exceeds expectations. Go big. Bring your group to a game.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Performance meets luxury at Woodhouse Cadillac. Lease the 2024 Cadillac XT5 Premium Luxury for $499 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Browse our inventory in-store or shop online today at woodhousecadillac.com. With approved credit, tax title license extra. First payment and $299 document fee due at signing. Must currently lease a GM vehicle to qualify. Courtesy transportation vehicle with 3,668 miles. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to your Nebraska volleyball show. We're having fun with the head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly. Your Huskers, wow, 20-0, 10 matches left. So the second half of the Big Ten schedule straight ahead. Whoa, we got a ranked opponent here coming up on Friday. Wisconsin, Oregon's ranked. Then we got 4 more ranked. 6 of the remaining 10 matches against ranked teams. It's going to get a little more rugged. This one's brought to you by Central Valley Ag. Get reliable propane, fuel, lubricants from Central Valley Ag for home, farm, or business. And League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. Visit LOVB.com for tickets. We're going to the mailbag. Head coach Danny Busboom Kelly. Andrew in Norfolk, what is your favorite college floor to play on besides Nebraska?
I think that's a pretty tough question because the floors nowadays are pretty similar.
They're all Terraflex.
They're all Terraflex and different colors. You don't really notice. I thought Creighton's new Terraflex was pretty cool. They had what I like to call like little Easter eggs. So like things that were little subtle inside
Easter
things.
eggs.
Well, it's like you have to hunt for them. You know,
okay, they're hidden.
Look, they're hidden.
But once you discover them, you're like, Easter egg.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. I thought.
So are these aesthetic or like, oh, it's a softer area?
It was
over
like
here?
it was on the floor, and it was like a little emblem of something, or it's probably some stuff I don't even know what it means. But I was like, oh, that's cool.
And we're always wondering what the players talk about between points. But, hey, Rebecca's like, hey, see the Easter egg over there? Okay, got it. Okay, by the way, what's the score? Nice. So, but they're all the same. Is playing on Terraflex a lot easier on the joints, all that?
Yeah, like we
days?
have 2 Terraflex courts for practice, which little plug is huge, and players should take note of our teams practicing on them or just playing on them.
Hold on, you got the new one with the map, which is pretty cool because some people are looking at it
we
going,
don't even practice on that. We practice on the old ones.
Okay, so you got 2 practice and 1 real game deal.
Yeah. But then we do have 1 wood court for practice. And when we send the players over there to do passing or reps, are like, I don't want to be on the wood.
Yeah, they're spoiled.
They're spoiled. But there's a lot of schools that have Terraflex, but they can't practice on it, because they share an arena, they can't take it up and down, so they really only play their matches. And to me, that defeats the purpose because you want it for the wear and tear of the practices.
Got it. And then also, is it an adjustment if you've been on wood Monday through Friday and suddenly you're on Terraflex?
No.
No, okay.
I think it's more of an adjustment going the other way, but not really.
How about sliding on Terraflex versus sliding on wood?
Well, it's a lot nicer, yeah.
Is that painful on the legs when you're sliding?
Sometimes.
On wood, but not on Terraflex.
No.
And in your day, you were playing on wood all the time.
Yeah, we didn't even know Terraflex existed. I mean, we can go back to my day, and there's
a lot of issues. No green cards.
No green cards.
Think of all those matches that might have been reversed.
I mean, we didn't even have. I don't even know.
Were the balls round?
Okay, good. All right, but we didn't even roll out with after games. We just said, all right, see you guys later. Imagine all the recovery we would have done. Maybe I'd have better ankles.
Oh, you mean like ice? You didn't even have ice baths?
Well, we had ice baths.
Okay, yeah, those, but none of the. What's the cool recovery stuff you got now?
And the Normatec and.
Okay, that stuff.
Yeah.
Is that an anti-aging deal? Like,
yeah.
Older folks like me be thinking about Normatec. Like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, Normatec night. Oh, well, that's cool. I remember. Was Coach Cook like inflating the balls before matches? I mean,
basically,
how primitive was it back then? I'm just joking. All right, back to the old questions here. For the girls who tape their fingers for matches, Andy, maybe Harper, others, what do they say the benefit is? Looks cool. Looks cool. Looks
I think it just helps a little bit with the hand on ball, feeling the ball, the hand on the ball, and spinning it. I don't really know.
Okay. There's a lot of words there. I'm not sure. Anyway, so it looks very cool, but doesn't give you any stability. I frankly am amazed you don't have more like dislocated fingers.
Also, honestly, when you hit a ton of balls like they do, and and it's dry out, and the winter comes, you can get some cracked skin, and that hurts. So
nice.
It might help to avoid that too.
Maddie Kubik was a big finger taper, and it looks cool.
Yeah. Well, Harper writes stuff on hers.
There you go.
Yeah. Little reminders.
Why stop with the fingers? Just the wrist, and you got striped tape going up. It's pretty cool. All right, now, John's got a question. As a leader known for helping create incredibly solid team and program culture, when you are developing your team culture each season, what's one non-negotiable you always emphasize?
That's a really good question. I had to think about it.
Got to show up on time.
Well, those are rules. Okay. That's not really pieces of culture. But the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this question was consistency, especially with the coaching staff. So for me, that's a non-negotiable. Like, we have to be consistent in how we approach practices and games and how we interact. So we always need to be modeling how we want our players to interact with each other, with us, so on.
Consistency. So find your standard and then sustain that every single day.
And of course, I'm not even talking about execution of drills or practices. It's just your demeanor, the way you communicate, all that.
So the coaches, if you're having a tough day, you got to check that at the door.
For sure.
We got to bring happy smiles and focus.
Yep.
Because sometimes Boone's having a tough morning back there at the house. And you're like,
true.
Boone, I got to stay focused here. So I got to check that out. You figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
How is the 3-year-old guy doing? He's all fired up about Friday night, probably.
Oh, yeah. He's fired up about this week. He was naughty for the first time at school. I think.
No.
So we'd have a little talk. I'm blaming it on the Halloween candy.
Already? It hasn't even started.
Well, they have this Sunday trunk or treats all over.
Oh, boy. He's already started early.
Yeah.
So his bloodstream is like a sucrose.
We limit it, but I think a little goes a long ways with the 3-year-old.
Good point. And if you're a dentist, I mean, just start planning your European trip right now, because you're going to be rolling in it for the next 5 weeks. All right, more Nebraska volleyball show momentarily with the head coach. We're going to get back to Wisconsin and Oregon. It's going to be a tough weekend for the Big Red. And you can contact 811 just 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it is the law. And Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. More Husker volleyball show after you hear this.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For almost 50 years, Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont has been more than just a dealership. We're a family dedicated to serving yours. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Buick GMC dealer for the new car, truck, or SUV to fit your needs. We're also your GMC Business Elite dealer for commercial vehicles. Visit us at SidDillonBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
At Hoiberg, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorseed Enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore Enlist corn and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hoiberg products at therightseed.com.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Shop Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Drive into Fall event. Right now, receive 0% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 off MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Visit us in Blair or Bellevue today with approved credit. Tax title license extra. $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number C250899. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show with the head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly. My name's John Baylor. Your Huskers are 20-0, 10-0 in the conference. Number 11, Wisconsin at the Badgers Den, 8 o'clock, first serve Friday. And the pregame starts at 7 p.m. That's this Friday. Then on Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Devaney, 12 noon, the pregame. Here come the Ducks from Oregon, a team that swept UCLA last Wednesday, and then on Sunday went 4 against Wisconsin. 3 of those sets were deuce games. They won one of them. That was an extremely close match. So Oregon is a dangerous team, though they are not ranked as we speak. Now, Coach Busboom Kelly, let's look at the conferences. Big Ten's got more teams ranked than any other conference, 7, but only 2 in the top 10. Purdue sneaked in at number 10. Then the Big 12 and ACC both have 6 teams in the top 25. The Big 12 only has 1 team, Arizona State, in the top 10. ACC has 4 teams in the top 10. The SEC has 5 totally ranked, but 3 of them in the top 10. So it's pretty comparable. Big Ten's got the most schools in the top 25, but very few in the top 10. So Wisconsin gives you probably a very welcome challenge on Friday night.
Yeah, I definitely think a welcome challenge, and especially on the road, a new environment is something that this team needs to experience. It hasn't experienced in a while, so I feel like the road matches we've had lately have been a lot of Husker fans, and I'm almost certain that the Badgers sold out with Badger fans, not Husker fans.
Everyone's in red. It's tough to tell.
It is tough to tell, but we'll know. I think we're going to know.
The fans that are really family members will be right behind your bench, but other than that...
Yeah, I don't think there'll be many ends in the crowd.
And you're kind of hoping maybe there's some real adversity here.
Not really. I mean...
You're okay with another,
25,
18, 19, 14. The bus driver never turns off the bus.
I don't mind those, I'll admit, but... again, I do think our team faces adversity in practice, and we had an awesome practice yesterday. Coming off, a good weekend, just really impressive the way that the team is approaching each day.
Who's doing particularly well?
You always ask that. The whole team.
Everybody.
Everybody.
How about the three redshirt players? Are they're doing well as well? You're seeing them make progress.
They're doing great. Yep, for sure.
Ryan Hunter, how's she looking? Because we don't get to see her in games.
Yeah, she's the stud athlete, and one thing that she's been doing really well lately is blocking. So that's been great to see. Just the more she reads and plays, she's just getting better and better.
And she's 6'2", but she can leap.
Oh, yeah.
So
she's got a heavy left arm, too.
Carrie Leinbach, pride of Lincoln Lutheran. How's she looking?
Awesome.
I hear she's pretty extroverted. She's loud.
She is extroverted, yep.
Nice.
Good, though, but not too much. She's the right amount of extrovert.
But she's short. She's the shortest Husker of all time.
All
right?
She is.
But she plays in the back row. That's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. And does that limit you a little bit? I mean, she's particularly short. I mean, I remember when I saw Lainey the first time, like, whoa. And she's shorter than Lainey. So, I'm not even close to the shortest on the plains anymore. Then we have Kenna Cogill. How she torched her own team.
Yeah, she's doing great, too. I mean, probably one of the most improved, if not the most improved player on the roster. So
hold everything. The player is not even playing in matches, is the most improved on the whole team.
Probably. And
what's she doing so great right now?
Just blocking, attacking, what middles do.
And Kenna Cogill, how good's her right arm? She showed like sharp angles, straight down hits.
That's how she has a pretty fast arm, and she can hit at angles that are really impressive. She also has great tips. And are the three of them pretty much resigned to redshirting this year? Is that what they want at this point? Why not? Yeah.
We've talked about
don't
this.
Rush it.
What's that?
Don't rush it.
Yeah, exactly. Adulthood's overrated. If you give that whole speech, and especially the smaller they are. I mean, the shorter they are, the less likely it is you're going to play pro.
It's true.
So, I mean, the taller players, they can go make some real money as professionals. I don't know if we should tell them that, but they could. With the small players, that's a lot tougher, right?
It is tougher. Yep.
So that shouldn't be, getting setters and getting liberos and back row players to redshirt shouldn't be a big issue, as long as you could use them. I mean, you don't want to be stockpiling players, and next thing you know, you got freshmen coming in here and they don't get to play very much.
Yep.
All righty, so let's go back to the old mailbag here. Tell us about a post-game practice and pre-match practice. Who's the best creative drills coach? So what do you do before matches and after matches?
Well, I think this question is pretty open-ended. So like a post-game practice like the next day, the post-game practice is just that what I would say a normal practice. So, they're a little bit longer, tougher. Usually we do quite a bit of 6-on-6 right after the game. Early in the week, we work on ourselves more. The closer we get to game time, we start prepping for opponents more. Now, a pre-match practice, usually the day of the game, is pretty light. It's just serving and passing and going through our rotations and going through a little bit of our scout, but nothing too strenuous. Practices really just vary based on if we're traveling, if we're home, how many games we have that weekend. Is there a break in between the games? So there's a lot to consider, but we usually keep the same cadence, just maybe shorter time or longer time.
Who's the most creative coach when it comes to coming up with cool drills that keep the players engaged?
Definitely me.
Nice. Like what?
Well, I feel like I've got a lot of drills in my brain.
And
usually I will say, usually it's like it happens this way. Like a coach starts off thinking about, okay, I want to maybe work on this. I want to start with this, and then the other coaches were meeting, and then we've come up with the drill together. Those are always the fun ones.
And so how often do you come up with a brand new drill that no one's ever had before? It's been invented that day.
Oh, that's not very often.
Okay.
Usually we combine multiple drills, so I can't say it's a whole new.
Are coaches always borrowing from each other?
Oh, for sure.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 900
Only
square.
so many, yeah.
900 square feet. There's only so many things you can do.
Yes.
What's like a super fun drill? Like the team just goes crazy when you're like, let's do this drill right now.
Well, they like what we would call like the jack around drills.
What's the jack around drill?
It's really not volleyball. It's just games.
So you're out there playing games.
Well, you with the volleyball.
Okay, with
you
the
always have a
volleyball, all right.
confused look on your face. It's just usually the warm ups.
I mean, you're pulling out a sorry board. It's Parcheesi hour. What's going on here? Okay, so you're playing volleyball games.
Yes.
And what kind of games?
Well, one's called tennis. You just hit it over on one, and you have to rotate. I mean, JB, we can't get into
Okay,
ins and outs. It's fun games. They like the fun games that are
And how long
warm-ups.
do drills last? Like 8 minutes, and boom, you're on to something
Yeah,
else?
pretty
It's like-
much.
Is every second pretty much choreographed in practice?
Not every second, every minute.
Okay. How many water breaks you give them? Like once every 25 minutes?
Well, one thing that's interesting is I had to learn when I got to Nebraska was they like to sit down for water breaks and have a little snack. So sometimes I have to tell them, this is not a sitting break. This is a standing drink and get back out
So
here.
we're like Barca loungers, and they go and they sit down and they
It's like go on
they
the
start,
bleachers,
they start
sit there,
eating.
like have a little snack. I'm like, let's go, everybody. I'm trying to get home before bedtime.
Okay. So you want them standing.
And then sometimes when I tell them, hey, you guys get a snack break right now, they're like, all right. They get fired up.
What are they snacking on? Those energy chews we were talking about?
Energy chews.
Energy chews.
Fruit.
Fruit. Fresh fruit. Okay, they're eating fruit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Apple, whatever
But no one's-
you should see the snack table over there during practice. It'd blow
Sweet.
your mind.
But no one's firing up omelets or anything. Okay. They're just having like little, okay, nice. Now, back to the old mailbag. No, hold on. You've done something very nice for this team. You've gotten every single member of this team tickets to Maroon 5.
Yeah.
And you know Maroon 5 has a lead guitarist who grew up on South 27th Street in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I had no clue.
You're joking.
No.
You didn't know this?
No.
James Valentine is the lead guitarist for Maroon 5. Went to Southeast High School.
No clue. This is news to me.
I'm glad I showed up for today's program.
Me too. That's important to know.
That's important information.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the rock stars from Lincoln, Nebraska. Matthew Sweet, James Valentine. And we don't have enough time left to cover all the rest, but that's a pretty good story. Am I right? That's a good story.
I don't even know who Matthew Sweet is.
Grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska, Lincoln Southeast, class of 83, big star, and he had a medical issue recently, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. He is such a talented guy, cut a bunch of albums, and he lives in Omaha, and he's recuperating, and just
nice.
really hope he gets better. But James Valentine, an amazing story. So you bought tickets for your whole team because you like Maroon 5 and you think they might.
No, they wanted. They asked.
They said,
hey, Coach, with their nice voices, you think we could go to Maroon 5? Could you help us with tickets? I said, all right.
I don't remember you asking Coach Cook in the mid-90s, hey, can you foot the bill? We got the Stones coming in this weekend. Do you remember? No.
No.
Things have changed.
Things have changed.
And you didn't know, or they didn't know, that one of the lead guitarists
I
from Lincoln,
doubt
Nebraska.
any of them know.
Maybe that's something we could make happen during tonight's
Maybe.
concert. I hear it's not even sold out at PBA, Maroon 5 in Lincoln, Nebraska. I think that's pretty cool. How about yourself? Are you going to get over there after the show?
Maybe. We'll see. I'm going
Okay.
to put the kids to bed and then play it by ear.
More Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole. Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive. From enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy?
You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $3,250 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. Stay right there. Sports Nightly to follow with Kyle and with Jessica. Stay right here on your favorite HRN affiliate. My name is John Baylor. The head coach is with us of the undefeated 20-0, number one ranked Huskers, Danny Busboom Kelly. Hey, Sports Nightly listeners, a reminder that with every block on the court this season, Union Bank and Trust is proud to sponsor Blocking Out Hunger, benefiting the Food Bank of Lincoln. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC. And the Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center right here is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Now, head coach Busboom Kelly, before we return to the mailbag, let's make this the Texas portion of this week's program. Texas 18-0, 10-0 in the SEC, but they won a stretch of 5 matches when they lost 6 sets. So that's foreign to Nebraska. But they did sweep their last opponent at LSU, but they went 4 at Ole Miss. They went 4 against Oklahoma, another team that's not ranked, which looks like they've got 2 elite players. They went 4 2 matches prior to that at Alabama. They went 5 against Tennessee, 15-7 in the 5th at home. So it's a team which seems to be beatable at least for a set here and there.
For sure, but everybody's beatable, especially for a set here or there. But Texas is still, obviously super talented, super physical, great team. They have a big test coming up this week.
They have A&M on the road, and then they have Kentucky at home Friday night and Sunday. If they win both of those, my guess is more voters are going to start giving them votes. Do you care about any of that?
No.
You just want to be sure you're one of the last 4, one of the first 4 standing. You want to host the second week.
Exactly.
Beyond that, let the chips fall.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you ever think, hey, if we finish second, maybe we get a better matchup in the regional final? You can't control all that.
You can't control it, and it's going to be what it is, and I don't know. It's not worth your time worrying about it.
Remember 2016? Huskers were the number 1 seed. Guess who the number 16 seed was? Penn State.
Oh.
And they came in here 11 a.m. match, had 2 match points in the 3rd. Then Amber Rolson, bing, blocked it back. Huskers stormed from then on. That was rugged, though.
Yeah,
but you had no control.
Right, no control.
How could Penn State that year, with all those great players, get a number 16 seed? Meanwhile, Torrey Stafford for Texas, 4.3 kills a set, hitting .331. Former Husker commit Aiden Ames in the middle, not seeing the ball a lot, 1.7 kills a set, hitting .389. And Carrie Spears, she's the story. This opposite on the right side, she's a lefty.
No.
She's a right-hander. Yeah, she's a right-hander. Carrie Spears. Carrie Spears, 3.6 kills a set, hitting .317. So you got 2 elite pin hitters.
2 elite and 2 physical. It's not players shooting it around. These are players, like you like to say, kaboom.
Yeah, a lot of
They're
those.
kabooming it.
Putting dents in the Gregory deck.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's a challenge for the future. some people are saying there's a collision course between the two programs. You're not even thinking about that. You got to focus on Wisconsin.
For sure. Again, so still a lot of season left, a lot of things out of our control. So we'll focus on the next match.
Wisconsin is 15-3. They're 8-2 in the conference. They lost one at home in 4 recently, 3 matches ago, to Southern Cal. They lost that one at Penn State when they were just getting used to their brand new setter, and then they lost one against Texas very early on in the season. So they've got an elite outside. When you look at the numbers that Mimi Collier's putting up, 5.2 kills a set, 317. I mean, those are the kind of numbers that win you National Player of the Year. And Nebraska's so balanced. When you say we're built for banners, we're not built for All-Americans. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, for sure. And if you have a balanced offense, it's hard to put up those numbers. You don't even have the opportunity to do it. And I believe that any player on our team would say they'd much rather hang a banner than be called at the All-American banquet.
But if you're an All-American, you get your photo up there right outside the locker room.
Yeah, but that might be changing.
What do you mean?
Well, with the Devaney remodel, I don't really know what's going to happen to the names that are up. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Grace Egan's our 6th rotation right side now, 2.5 kills a set, hitting 268. So their new setter, Addie Horner, the 6'3" freshman, has got a fair number of options.
Definitely.
And what it was when you're going to focus, the middles are elite, but they don't set the middle very often. Can you? I don't know. You don't want to give away the game plan, but is it a possibility you might be kind of just you're leaning and cheating towards the pins?
Probably a little bit, but again, with our middles, with Andy and Rebecca and Manaya, if she's in there, they're pretty good at reading the game. So we won't do a lot of cheating around, especially because yes, Mimi gets a lot of sets, but Grace Egan can kill balls. Their middle certainly can kill balls, so you don't want to give anybody a free look.
Rebecca's attacking. She started out so red hot in the conference season that anything other than 400 and up seems like she's having a little bit of a letdown. But she's had a couple matches where we wasn't putting up quite those same numbers. What do you attribute that to? But she's still putting up great numbers.
She's putting up great numbers, and yeah, I think that teams are going to scout more, and the more you play, the more tendencies they have. But we're still getting Rebecca. I think at one point, I don't know if it was on Friday or Saturday, but she was leading the team in attempts, and so we're clearly not too concerned because we're still going to set her the ball.
And more of your players, Virginia on the right side, Rebecca, I remember one, Andy Jack, they're going down the line. How tough is that for a right-hander right there on the right pin to hit line rather than going crossbody?
It's tough. You got to have a great set, and you got to have great feet, so get your feet to the ball.
How's Bergen doing? She seems like she's playing very well.
She's doing great.
Is this some of her best volleyball you've ever seen her play?
Well, I mean, I have limited sample size, but yes. I wasn't tuning into every single match the last 2 years.
You have been watching?
I have been watching, but not every single match. So I can't say this is best ever, but
you were listening.
I'd say it's very, very great.
You were listening on the radio, is that?
Of course, I was listening on the radio.
But since you arrived here at the beginning of 2025, you've seen progress from Bergen.
Sure.
In what areas?
This is just, I feel like you ask me this every single year.
It's been a week. I mean
she is doing great. She is making great decisions. I feel like she gets everybody in a great flow.
Yeah.
I mean,
who are the leaders in the locker room? Who are the ones that keep everybody loose?
I think keep everybody loose.
Yeah, when you're winning a lot, it's kind of easy to stay loose. But who are kind of the fun bunch?
They all are.
Everyone's a member of the Fun Bunch.
Yeah,
everyone's having a good time.
Harper, Laney, those are some leaders of the Fun Bunch.
Are you okay with all the TikTok-y stuff happening before the game?
I mean, I don't think you can avoid it.
Okay. Because before the game, there's a lot of...
It bugged me at Louisville at first, and then they said, hey, if we're winning, we get to keep TikToking. I said, all right.
So you go on a losing streak, everybody's down.
They're not TikToking.
All righty, let's go back to the mailbag here. Meg says, what's your biggest focus on this week going into your game with Wisconsin?
Our biggest focus?
Yeah.
Will definitely be, maintaining or containing, I don't even know if that's the right word, a great outside hitter.
Mimi Collier.
Yep. And then we want to continue to, I think, develop our left sides, maybe move them around a little bit. When you look at Mimi Collier's blocks, we already talked about that. Great blocker over there. They've got a freshman and Grace Egan coming off an injury on the right side. So, hopefully our outsides can take advantage of that.
So stay away from Mimi Collier's block.
A little bit. I mean, we don't stay away from anybody, but we might have a little emphasis on the left sides.
When you say in other matches, we're just going to focus on our side of the net, I think that's what you mean, right? Like, we're not going to worry about where their rotation is, who's blocking where. We're just going to do what we want to do. Whereas you play a team like Wisconsin with a future national team star probably in Mimi Collier, you got to think about where she's located.
Absolutely.
Do you think she's got national team caliber potential?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because you see her, she's not physically all that imposing. She's big, but she just does everything.
Just does everything well. Great back row attacker. Hard work. I mean, from what I know about her, the intangibles are there. So
she's been trouble for Nebraska in the past. In 2022, we faced Oregon at Louisville in the regional semi, had 4 match point chances, and it didn't quite work out that day. And Mimi Collier, wow, she was freshman of the year, national freshman of the year that year. So she's had it the whole time. And now she's in her final swan song. So your biggest focus of the week is your game plan for how to defeat Wisconsin. And you've looked at Oregon; they're unranked, but they've had some big wins. How strong are they?
Just playing well right now, and some heavy arms. They might be the hardest hitting team in the Big Ten.
Really?
Yep.
All right. And they started with nothing. They had 1 returning player from last year's team.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 weeks into spring practice, you show them a campus map. No one could point to the school library. I mean, this is a brand new bunch.
Brand new bunch.
And these teams, they're packed with transfers. They congeal well, like mid-season.
Yeah.
You're starting to see them. Like, I thought UCLA was on that track, and they've let me down. Have you watched UCLA at all?
A little bit, yes.
Don't they look like a top 15 team when you see them?
Well, name-wise, when you look at their roster names, it's for sure. But put it together is
Sheridan
different.
Leverett, something's it's an interconnected sport.
Yep.
All right. And this last one from Husker alum Steve. How many of JB's volleyball acronyms can you list?
A lot.
Really?
Well, kaboom. Does that even count?
That doesn't count. We'll throw it in there.
Cardiologist handing out business cards.
You're hearing these from your parents.
Call the grandkids.
That's a good one.
What else?
STM, set the middle. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's just a helpful reminder, now and then.
I feel like if I really thought about it, I could name a lot of them.
More blocks than a preschool. I mean, all right. So you're getting ready for Wisconsin, and you're getting ready for Oregon, and then you got 4 more ranked teams the last 2 weeks. 4 more ranked teams the last 2 weeks of the season. It is genuinely a much more rigorous journey the rest of the way.
For sure, and teams that we've talked about it briefly just are gelling midway through the season, maybe picked up some bad losses, but if they replayed that game now, they'd win. So teams that are gelling late and will certainly be challenges. Freshmen that are getting more used to playing, all that comes into play.
Purdue, I mean, they look like a really strong team.
Yeah.
But you don't play them again.
No.
All right. Danny Busboom-Kelly, congratulations on all your success thus far. Best of luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Wisconsin and Oregon. Doesn't get much tougher than that in the Big Ten Conference. Good fun. We'll have it for you. 8 o'clock first serve, 7 o'clock pregame show. Just tune down the TV, tune in the radio. It's good fun. That's what she did all those years back at Louisville. Stay right there. We got more Sports Nightly. For me, John Baylor, and for the head coach. Good night, Nebraska.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola in true ag and turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole: Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Good evening, I'm Esteban Quintero, and our sports sticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. In Husker news, Nebraska sophomore Kenneth Williams was honored Monday as he was named Big Ten Co-Special Teams Player of the Week following the Huskers' 28-21 win over Northwestern. Williams returned the second half kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown, marking the Huskers' first kickoff return for a touchdown since 2017 to give Nebraska a 14-6 lead. Over in the NBA tonight in Washington, the Wizards are up 63-58 on the 76ers late in the second quarter. Down in Miami, it's been a tight one early. The Hornets lead the Heat 30-29 near the end of the first. And just tipping off now, the New York Knicks take on the Milwaukee Bucks, and out west, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder squaring off with the Sacramento Kings. Over in Major League Baseball, Game 4 of the World Series is just getting underway in Los Angeles. The Dodgers hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. The Dodgers lead that series 2-1. Our sports sticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the Retirement Compass. Visit StoneBridgeIWM.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
High end-over-end kick, short and returnable for Williams at the 6, outside the right hash of the 10, swerves left to the 15-20, sprints to the 25-30, on the numbers 35, Williams down the sideline of midfield, burns it, they'll tackle 30, 25-20, Williams all the way, touchdown Huskers! Clock for the snap, comes in chest high, 4-man rush, Stone unleashes, near left side, overthrows Wildy at the 1, incomplete, the defense finds a way, they're gonna win it.
Olivia the honors, floats it across, Taylor Hold'em, nice pass, bad left, big space reception, blocked, Andy Jackson! Blocking better than a filibuster, 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight, 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back, hour number 2 of Sports Nightly, and our first appearance of the week. It's that time of the year that... Welcome back, hour number 2 of Sports Nightly, and our first appearance of the week. It's that time of the year that might be few and far between when we have lots of time to do Sports Nightly. And by the way, we have a ghost. I forgot to move that, but shout out Jim Briggs. The Halloween package has arrived, and so we've got a Halloween week here on Sports Nightly.
We got some decorations in here. We unpacked earlier. We did a little unveiling. Josh was our cameraman there, had the iPhone out. But we have ghosts here. We have costumes now officially ready to go for Thursday.
But we are going to have trick-or-treaters in here tomorrow. The athletic department staff some of their kids going to make their way around here. And so the new area, of course, has to be a stop. And so we'll have
Do we have candy?
You know what? Leave it to me. I'm going to go get it taken care of.
Okay.
You go to Maroon 5 tonight.
I was going to say.
And I'll take care of the candy for the kids.
Okay. If you need me, I can get candy, because are you going to get like Almond Joy or something that kids don't like?
No, I'm going to get, there's a mix with like Twix and Reese's and Snickers, like all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Okay, you're going to get the fun size, or you're going to get the,
we'll do a mixture so that people can have their choice. But I also think the Halloween pumpkins, the Reese's pumpkins are the best.
You say Reese's? Reese's? I say Reese's. I've always been a Reese's guy.
Reese's.
I've heard Reese's a lot more as I've gotten older, and I just said, where did that come from? Maybe it was just me growing up in the Northeast. It was never Reese's. It was always Reese's.
Reese's, yeah.
We have to talk to somebody to see what the correct pronunciation is.
Well,
I've heard it both ways.
We'll have time to talk Halloween. We'll be decked out on Thursday. I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow. But we got a lot to get to here. Only an hour for us. Appreciate JB and DBK in hour number 1. We're going to hear from Fred Hoiberg coming up as he continues to make regular appearances here on Sports Nightly, because, hey, this thing gets underway officially on Monday as the final exhibition contest in the books last night. taking care of business over Midland. So we'll hear from Coach Hoiberg, break down some hoops. But hey, not the perfect performance, but Huskers once again finding a way to win. 6-2, best start since 2016?
Yeah, 2016, bowl eligible before the start of November. So it's something that specifically, that this record you haven't seen around here since 2016 through the first 8 games of the year. So there's that with all the things that you want to bring up in terms of some of the shortcomings. Another big lead, 15-point lead that you see salted away. And again, you're not in the business of giving up double-figure leads. We've now seen that a handful of times. But on the flip side, you've had those big leads. I think there's a positive in that regard. Running game, you wanted to get that going. You wanted to protect Dylan. Check. The one sack that was given up, Teddy Prohaska, unfortunately goes down with the torn ACL. And you feel terrible for Teddy.
Yeah,
and then
awful.
Turner steps up and does a really good job at right tackle. And Pritchett's getting more comfortable at left tackle. And how about a grinder and a warrior in Rocco Spindler, who you talked to in the post game? He was indeed the player of the game. He doesn't show up in the box score, but what he's able to do to grit it out 7 days prior with a bone coming out of his hand, it says a lot about him and where the character and the mindset is of this team as a whole.
We're going to hear from the coordinators. They had their weekly meeting with the media this morning, so we'll play a couple of highlights from that. But Dana Holverson said earlier that he felt like that fourth quarter drive was Dylan's best, I believe, is what he said. Do you think that was the best offensive drive of the year?
I think so. Yeah, I think the way that you were able to find a way to convert on third down. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was 4 third downs on that drive. 3 of them were converting on 3rd and 7 specifically. You want to have
and
more,
they hadn't been doing that very well
No.
the rest before that.
and you want to have more manageable third downs. You prefer late in the game that it's you're getting more 3rd and 3s and 3rd and 7s, but Dylan found a way. He threw one of the more head-scratching ones I think we've seen, and he'd probably tell you that in the interception that he threw over the middle, but the black shirts get it back, right after that. And, you had interceptions from Donovan and Javen, but that last drive was key. And then Emmett does what he's been doing all year. I think he's in that conversation as one of the best backs in the Big Ten and in the country, and the numbers don't lie. And he's getting closer to an 1,000-yard season, something we haven't seen in a handful of years here. And he's getting to 2,000 rush yards in his career. He's doing a lot of things we haven't seen in a handful of years at that position. So credit to Emmett, credit to Dylan. Offensive line stepped up when they've heard a lot of noise, and a lot of big plays from Isaiah Hunter and those receivers on the outside. But that last possession, if there's any momentum that carries over to the next week, you hope that possession's able to carry over.
So I thought it was pretty telling, too. I mean, look, this had been a program. It's well documented, the bowl drought. And so last year, I know you weren't here, but there's so much pressure to get to that 6th win. And it took longer, obviously, to get there. Had a little bit of a frustrating stretch. But it's just completely a 180 from what it was a year ago when this team got to 6 to what it was on Saturday. And I chatted with Javen Wright earlier today, and he's like, we didn't even talk about it. He's like, in fact, I didn't even think about it being the 6th win because he goes, yeah, absolutely. Last year we felt that we had to get to that point, but this team has a different kind of mindset. And even Coach Roll brought it up in his post-game press conference. It's not about just getting to a bowl game anymore, and they were disappointed about the loss to Minnesota, but there's still a lot on the table for this team.
Yeah, remember when they started 5-1 last year, lost 4 in a row, so there was that narrative that's on the table of, oh no, here it comes again after you start 5-1, and then you essentially get bullied on network television against Minnesota, and you hope that it's just not a snowball that's coming down the hill once again. So this team turns that narrative around, and now here we are again, ranked opponent. You have the scene set very similar to what you had at Michigan when there was a lot around that game. You knew it was going to be a great environment, and now I think you even up that with the blackout, the black uniforms, NBC in town. The crowd could be a little bit more similar to Colorado last year than maybe we thought. We thought maybe the Michigan game could be that, but I think this game is going to be even closer to that environment. The crowd's going to be ready to go. You're going to have a cold weather environment for a team from Southern California that relies on offense. Can you find a way to beat a ranked team and take that step forward? This is another one of those narrative games for Nebraska.
I'm wearing black every day this week.
You are. I have noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I told you I was going to.
I think I just do that by accident all the time.
It was funny because I told Coach Rule that on the TV show, and I had on jeans, actually. I was like, you can't see that on camera. But today I'm black on black, and I'm gonna push for black every single day this week.
So we have sweatshirts that were delivered to us
shout out
from
Al.
Adidas, Al from Adidas, that we are going to wear on game day. They have some of the white ghost writing for Huskers on it, and so we're ready to go. We'll do our part.
All right, so let's quickly play a couple of the clips from Dana Holgorsen, then we'll hear from Coach Butler after we hear from Fred Hoiberg. But let's start with the offensive coordinator. And speaking of USC, what has Coach Holgorsen, what stood out to him on this USC defense?
Just unbelievable athletes. They do a great job. Known Lincoln for a long time, and know those defensive guys as well. So, they're very well coached. They have very well, they have 4 or 5-star guys out there. I mean, every one of their D linemen is 6'5", 275. Every one of them. Never seen that before, But they got one big dude in there. They're big up front. Their linebackers are active. Their secondary does a good job. So it's going to be a huge challenge.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent to the size of the Michigan front that we saw. And, what scares me is the way USC controlled the line of scrimmage when they played Michigan a few weeks back. But Dana's right on. I mean, these are, when I was doing the prep on their defense today, you see 4-star, 4-star, 5-star, 5-star. But those are the types of players that you get at USC. That's why there's so much expectation and the opportunity for them, if they go on a run starting this week, to possibly be in that college football playoff. They are stacked. They have a lot of speed, quickness, athleticism on the defensive side.
They had to go get those players because they were not very good on defense. If you want to compete in this league, you better play some defense. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. All right, up next for Coach Holgorsen, he was asked about the level of concern he has with the offensive line health for the Huskers.
Everybody's got problems. It's week 9. Okay, so everybody's got problems. I can tell you they practiced hard today. Our O-line practiced really hard today. It's always next man up. Got to go. He's really proud of Turner for how he went in there, and we got to be careful with him because he's a vet, and he's coming off of injuries. But he doesn't need to practice as hard as like some of these guys do, just based on his game snaps. He's a vet, and so we got to keep him healthy, and then we just got to keep practicing the other guys because we're going to get to some of them, and they got to be able to go in there and do a good job. I thought Tyler did a really good job of going in there and getting us some snaps as well.
Yeah, I think at some point you might think that Tyler Canuck is going to have to see some time out there, or Turner in a pinch, hopping in, playing the final 47 snaps of the game against Northwestern when you had the injury to Teddy, and I'd be interested to see what the availability is of Gunnar Gatula, and if he is healthy and ready to go, do they still go with Turner at right tackle? Those are decisions that we probably won't know for sure until game day.
Yeah, Gunnar was limping pretty bad. He didn't go through. He came out in full uniform, did the just the initial jogging and stretching, but when they started doing the position group warm-ups, he didn't go through any of those, and so was limping on the sideline. So we'll pay close attention to that. That'll be something I'll be watching closely for on Saturday during warm-ups. All right, so Emmett Johnson is funny because I know Damon Benning had talked a lot about, he said that he needed Emmett to carry the ball, 25 times, and then on the 25th carry was the touchdown, his second touchdown of the day to give the Huskers the lead. But so Emmett Johnson ends up with 27 carries, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, had 38 yards on that opening drive to get things going for the Huskers. But Coach Holgorsen was asked on, that heavy workload for Emmett Johnson.
We can't keep doing that every week, but he gets stronger as the game goes on, and so when you're in tight games like that, you need to win them. You're going to go to your best players, and so he's one of our best players, obviously. So he just keeps getting stronger, and not all backs can do that. Some backs are going to get tapped out on about 12, 15 carries, and he's just not that guy. He can do about anything that we ask him to do, and he's going to do whatever we ask him to do to help the team win.
Yeah, that was a career high in carries for him with 27. He's been asked to carry the ball 20 or more times, 2 times, and in Big Ten play. You look at it, he's the only player in Power 4 that has 1,000 yards from scrimmage. He's just done everything. He's done it well. They've asked him to carry a big load, and I don't necessarily see that coming to a close anytime soon. They're going to ask a lot from him over these remaining games, and I think he's up for the task. Some guys get tired. It seems like Emmett gets better as the game goes along.
All right, let's play a couple for you from Coach Butler while we can here, and then we'll make sure we have plenty of time for Coach Hoiberg. But let's just get to one here. And how about the challenge of playing a Lincoln Riley offense? That's what Coach Butler was asked about first.
They're a handful, right? Actually, I have some notes I figured you were going to ask. So they average 530 yards a game, 7.89 yards per play. They're scoring over 40 points a game. They can run it. They can throw it. They got a good quarterback. They got good wideouts.
I said I'm going to be a few minutes.
They have an athletic offensive line, so it's a huge challenge. It's a great opportunity, though. You know, you look at things as challenges or threats, and this is a great challenge for us, our young defense, to kind of go and play in a great environment against a great offense that has a system in place. It's a system that you can watch from way back when he was at East Carolina all the way to now. He clearly knows what he wants to do in terms of when he wants to run it, how he wants to throw it. So it's a great challenge.
Yeah, they have no shortage of running backs either. Two of them have been hurt this year and have not been there for quite some time. But King Miller, who's a redshirt freshman who's come in, a sophomore, and Brian Jackson, another freshman, and Harry Dalton, they're going to come at you. They're going to want to run the football, and Jaden Mayava has become one of the better quarterbacks in the Big Ten as well. So hands full for this defense. They're going to have to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback this week and limit the run game.
Really special question that was asked, and you could just tell. I could see it on the sideline, just the bond that that Coach Butler has with Sierra Wright, and he relies on him a lot. You know, they communicate quite a bit on the sideline from the start of the season. But Coach Butler was asked about how much it meant to him that Sierra Wright advocated for him to take over as a defensive coordinator.
When I look back at my career, the things that are going to matter to me the most are the relationships that I have with players.
Because we're going to have
that ultimately is like
I'll toss a break out of this.
You have success. You enjoy the competition. You know, you love the experience. But like when you really look back on it, any impact that you had on other players' lives as a player and as a person to give them a better avenue for success or just maybe whatever it is, that's, you know, I'm getting older now. I'm 52, and I know most people don't think about it. I've been doing this 31 years, and I'm starting to get a little bit more perspective as it relates to when old players call me or reach out to me or after games. That's starting to have a little bit more of an impact maybe on me than it did in my younger years. So whether it's Sierra or guys that I've coached in the past, you know, those are things that keep you going.
Yeah, I mean, it's special. You could see that's the first time I've seen John Butler emotional like that, the way he was when he talked about Sierra, you know, stepping up and saying, this is the guy that I want to be the defensive coordinator. You saw it sort of stopped him in his tracks for the first time, and he was on the verge of tears.
Good stuff there. All right, we got to get to a break. Coming up next, we're going to hear from the head coach, Fred Hoiberg, as his Huskers have closed out exhibition play. They will open up the season Monday night. Coming up, it all starts to count on this coming Monday. So we're going to hear from him how what he learned about his group in the 2 exhibition contests and what this week looks like. The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field.
A little more slack.
Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Experience exceptional quality and lasting value at Woodhouse Toyota. Lease the 2025 Toyota Camry LE for $229 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Visit us in-store off Highway 281 in Grand Island or online at woodhousetoyota.com. Woodhouse Toyota. Let's go places. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra. Security deposit waived. $6,500 down plus first payment and $299 stock fee due at signing. Stock number GT250299. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole. Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive. From enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
At Woodhouse Nissan, receive 0% APR for 72 months on the 2025 Nissan Murano and Nissan Pathfinder. Visit us in Bellevue or Omaha, or get started online today with approved credit. Tax, title, license extra. Must finance through NMAC. $299 doc fee due at signing. Nissan Murano, based on sale price of $49,640. VIN number SC100638. Nissan Pathfinder, based on sale price of $49,925. VIN number SC268133. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and it's time for another one of our regular chats with the head coach of Nebraska men's basketball, Fred Hoiberg. Exhibition play in the rearview mirror up next is officially gets underway coming up on Monday, but You had your last one last night against Midland. How'd you like the way your team handled the two exhibition games?
Yeah, I thought both very beneficial games for us, two completely different games, obviously, with playing a top 10 team, having a great crowd that night, and then playing against a team that had a lot of local kids on and a lot of kids that had played in PBA in their state tournaments. And I know that game meant a lot to them. So, starting with the BYU game, I loved our energy. It was great to play in front of a crowd like we're going to be seeing all year at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And I thought our guys went out and played with no fear. And that's what you have to do when you go out and play in your home court and get off to a good start. Had a little bit of a lull to finish the first half, but the biggest thing I was impressed with our group is how they came out of the gate in the second half and threw the first punch and kept throwing, and we got up 13 in that game and found a way to hold on down the stretch. So a lot of really good, valuable learning lessons for us in that game. We had a lengthy film session that next morning and, learned a lot about ourselves. And then going into the Midland game, it was very important to stay on task and be focused. And as we told our guys, in this program, the way we're approaching everything is respect all, fear none. And, we went out there and I thought got a little sloppy with it. I didn't love how the bench came in and turned the ball over on 3 straight possessions, which gave Midland confidence. And that's a good team. They're going to, I think, have a chance to win their league. I'm happy for Tyler. He's a good friend. He comes to several practices of ours over the year, and I think he's got a really good group. But then we, found our way, ended up opening up to, I think, 20 at halftime, and then got it up over 40 in the second half. So, again, we're going to stay even throughout this whole time in the 2 exhibition games and find a way to regroup and hopefully get ready for the opener on Monday.
I want to go back to Rink and BYU and hit 7 threes, 7 in a row. I don't know if 7 in a row he's always capable of that, but he is capable of hitting 7 threes in a game.
Well, I think
he's hit 6 before, right?
He did against Ohio State the year before. But, the thing about Rink is it's not just his ability to shoot the ball, but it's what he does from a spacing standpoint. And that's where we struggled a lot last year was to get easy baskets and just his ability to pass. He was our leading assist guy 2 years ago, and when he can draw the center away from the basket, that just opens up things for everybody. And we're still learning, finish your cuts. Rink's going to find you, and guys are still getting used to that a little bit. He didn't practice a lot early. We've had him on the court without any restriction for the last probably month, and guys just have to understand if they cut with force, with purpose, Rink's going to find them. And then you see what it does from a 3-point standpoint. We really did a good job in transition in our game last night. We were unbelievably efficient when we got the ball up and down the floor. Offensive rebounds, we were very efficient in those plays. Where we struggled a little bit is when we played in a crowd, and that's where we got ourselves in trouble kind of middle of the first half. And, that's what we talk about with this team. And you looked at the BYU game, we had 24 assists and only 10 turnovers. Last night it was 15-13. That's not good enough. So, with Rink out there, it just opens up the floor for everybody, and I think you're seeing that with the efficiency we played the first 2 games.
To your point about, this last night's game, though, it felt like you got back to that in the second half, had the unselfish passes, took better care of the basketball.
We did. We only had 1 turnover through the first 13 minutes and then had a few at the end of the game, down the stretch. But, yeah, for the most part, our guys corrected that, and we showed several examples. I didn't like how we were running in the first half. We didn't get all the way down to the deep corners. In the second half, we did that. We hit 3 threes just by doing your job and getting out and running the floor properly and playing unselfish basketball. We talk a lot, Jessica, about 0.5. You have 0.5 seconds to shoot it, to drive it, or to pass it. And I thought it stuck a little bit when we went through a little bit of a lull. But when we get that thing moving and popping, we're a pretty effective team.
How about Braden Frager? He's on fire last night.
Yeah, it was good to see that. And, you look at the BYU game where Connor and Rink, they hit 12 of our 16 threes. And then last night, Braden and Price hit 10 of our 15 threes. So we've got several guys that are capable of going off like that. Braden's had a lot of practices where he's had run off 4 or 5 in a row. And when he gets it going, it's like he's in an empty gym. He doesn't see anybody else in there. And, I thought he forced a couple. I didn't love the play he went in there with one hand. He's a high-level athlete, plays with a lot of force. But it was great to see him get some confidence because he was the only guy, I think, that didn't score that played in the BYU game. I thought he had an impact on the other end. And that's one thing we talked to him about. When the ball's not going in the basket, what else can you do to positively impact the team? I thought he had some really good plays at the end of possessions, blocking shots, where a guy got behind our defense. We turned one over. Braden got back and blocked the shot. Now, the second line didn't come back and finish the possession, but, Braden made a couple of really good hustle plays, and that's what we're going to need out of him.
We got our first look at Oogie. You're a Chevicious, I guess. I don't know if I'm
Close
saying
enough.
that right. It's going to take me. It took me a while to get Berkey's butane gel, so I figure with Oogie, it's probably going to be the same process.
Yeah, we can go with Oogie and BK. That's the easy way. But yeah, Oogie is he's going to be a very important part of this. He struggled with his back, and he's still pretty limited in what he does in practice. As we're going to really have to manage his load. It's important to have him obviously out there for games. And you can just see his size. He's close to 7 feet, and he's got a beautiful touch. He didn't shoot the ball great last night, but he had a practice last week where he shot the ball like Rink did in the BYU game. So he's fully capable of going out there and doing some of those things. He's a good passer. We just really have to manage his back and keep him healthy this year.
I thought it was hilarious after the BYU game. Kevin Young said draft Rink number 1 overall in the draft.
Yeah, that was. Listen, if he goes 7 for 8 every game, Jessica, we're gonna have a pretty good year. I'll say this: when you play, it was a great opportunity for our fans to see who's most likely going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. I think it's probably going to be one of 2 players. But what AJ DeBanza, what he can do in transition and with his length, and ISO at the end of plays. That kid's going to be a superstar when it's all said and done. And, for our guys to go out and play against that type of length, and not just DeBanza, but the whole roster. That was a roster full of athletic, maybe as athletic a team as we're going to play against. And I thought we handled it for the most part pretty well. We had a few times we let them loose in transition, finishing off possessions. They were 1.9 points per possession on second chance opportunities. That is a crazy number. So if we can shut teams off, we can get them in the half court. We were unbelievably efficient defensively when we got them into the half court.
Incredibly exciting matchup, that's for sure. It's fun to watch. How about defensively? I mean, obviously your team's going to score a lot of points. You like where you're at right now defensively?
We're growing. We're getting better. We had 45 deflections last night, which is 20 over.
Sam have 30 of them?
Sam had a lot of them. Brayton had a lot of them. And, I just thought our guys were very active on that end of the floor, and we're going to have that. We're not going to out-athlete
I don't know.
other teams, but Seamus. Yeah. Anyway, it's we have to execute. That's what I'm trying to say here. Can't pronounce the word, but we need to out-execute teams on both ends of the floor. And I thought defensively, when again BYU, you got to get back, you got to load, you got to get them into a half-court game. When we did that, we were terrific. Last night against Midland, I thought our hand activity was as good as it's been in a long time. So, those are things we have to do. If we can have if our defense can lead to offense and get us out in transition where I think we're at our best, we should have a really good season.
How much of a challenge is it going to be for you guys to figure out lineups and rotations and who's going to play?
Yeah, it's a great question. And this is a team, and, we talk a lot about it. We have individual meetings with our players about what their role is going to be, and roles can change. And I think the perfect example on our current team is Sam a couple years ago when Bandamel and Gary went down with season-ending injuries, and Jamarcus certainly took advantage of that opportunity as well. And then what Cale did a year ago, with helping us win the championship in the Crown tournament. So you always have to stay ready, and that's one thing I've been really impressed with our guys is how they continue to work. And those guys were a perfect example of that. They worked all throughout the season. They were always in there getting extra shots up, and that's. Going back in my career, that's how I made a living. Is I was ready when my name was called, and I went out there and was able to hang around and have a 10-year career. So that's something that you can stress to these guys. Whatever your role is at the beginning of the year may change and may not be the same at the end of the year. But we got great kids, and it's not always going to be the same guy. And I think you saw that with the first 2 exhibition games. Rink goes out 7 threes the first one. He only played 13 minutes last night, which was great to be able to get him some rest. But it's going to be a different guy on different nights, and our guys have to accept that.
Are you figuring out who's playing the best together, or you got to have everybody play well together?
Yeah, we'll get more data as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Lineup data. What pairs play well together. Certainly 5-man lineups that are out there. Who's your best group? Who's your best offensive group? Who's your best defensive group? We've got an analytics company that we work with. And we'll get more of that. We have a very small sample size right now, but we've charted all of our scrimmages, and which has been 3 inter-squad and then the 2 exhibitions. And then obviously we'll do that as the season goes on and figure out from an analytics standpoint what the best lineups are out there.
All right, what does this week look like for you guys before you tip this thing off for real on Monday?
Yeah, we'll go hard Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to take Friday off, and you have to take a certain number of days off in the preseason. And then we'll get back on the floor Saturday, Sunday, preparing for the game on Monday night. Which this West Georgia team is an extremely athletic team, and they've got great length. So it's going to be important to have a really strong week of practices. I know our guys are excited about getting rolling, and I know our fans are as well. So we need to have a great week of practice.
You going to be able to check out that football game on Saturday night?
I am going to do everything I can to get at least to some of that game. Being the late one, I'm going to wear my black. I'm excited about that. But yeah, this is going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. Can't wait for opportunity to play against a ranked team in Memorial Stadium, and I feel good about it.
All right, last thing I got for you. I mean, are you trading up some of your guys on professional teams here in the United States? Because they put out a video last week, and I thought it was so hilarious. It was a play off of what they did with the NFL schedule release a couple of years ago in Nashville, and your guys, they were hilarious. You can see Burke's personality in that.
Burke has a personality. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I was really impressed with Rink. He just rattled them off, without any hesitation. But yes, Oogie, Leo, and BK, those got to educate them a little bit more.
It's funny because it was right after the BYU game, and people were commenting, Reek still hasn't missed.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Yeah.
Texas Cowboys.
But listen, he's been here for 7 years now.
Yeah,
so,
and he's got a fantasy team apparently. But
he does?
The other ones, we got to get to schooling them on the professional teams. But no, it was hilarious, and that's just, again, you're kind of getting a feel for these guys, and it's a fun group. It
is a fun group. Yeah, they've been awesome to be around, and they come to work every day. They do have obviously a fun side to them, and they've got great personalities. But when we need to get down to business, this team has been on point with that. They show up every day, and there's been no distractions with this group.
All right, appreciate it, Coach, and we'll talk to you after this thing tips off on Monday against West Georgia.
All right, thank you.
Fred Hoiberg here with us on our Nebraska Men's Basketball Show, which is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, where people don't have your money has people. Got to get to a break. More Sports Nightly coming up after this.
A little more slack.
Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
1 year, 0 interest. With a qualifying seed purchase from Central Valley Ag by October 17th, you can unlock 0% financing for 1 full year on seed and crop protection. The first 10 growers to enroll this week in the CVA Go Early Seed program will receive 100 units of free CVA Elite soybean seed treatment. Details at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Visit a participating AGCO dealer between September 8th and October 31st and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Iowa football game on November 28th in Lincoln, plus a pregame tailgate experience. Don't miss your shot to be a part of the action. See True Turf and Ag in Osmond, Columbus, and Fall City or Osceola Implement to enter. It's easy, it's free, and you could be cheering on the Huskers in person this season. Go Big Red!
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
This fall, be ready for every tailgate, touchdown, and adventure in a perfect car, truck, or SUV from Sid Dillon Chevrolet. Visit us in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo and shop Nebraska's #1 volume Chevy dealer group. We're also your Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, offering medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Visit us at SidDillonChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
At Hoiberg, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore enlist corn and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hoiberg products at therightseed.com.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Hey, at some point, Kyle, you're going to have to chat with head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Yes, I have seen him. Well, he came in here one day when we were recording something and said hello to him. And then I've seen him at the training table a bunch, but I've not in official capacity been able to talk to him. He sounds like a really good interview.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's someone that for sure when he's done coaching needs to get into like analyst work on television, breaking things down. Like doing the TV show with him is fascinating.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say anything. He could just take it. He could basically host the show himself without anybody helping him.
I got to move this ghost, by the way. This spooky ghost that's in the shot.
Look, turn it on. It lights up, by the way. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. All right, so do have some exciting news. I know we've had a lot of folks upset with some of the issues, and we've had plenty of texts and emails coming in with the radio affiliates and where you can listen in the Omaha area. And we do have an exciting update. Nick Hanley has let me know just, today, this afternoon, he passed along some information that you're going to also be carrying it on 97.7 HD3. So right now, you'll be able to listen to football on 1490 AM, 97.3 FM, and football on 660 AM. But they've also added a 100,000 watt option for football on 97.7 HD3. And if you go to Husker Radio on Boomer on Facebook, Nick has done a tutorial on how to find that, but he's telling me that most vehicles 2013 and newer all have the option to do HD radio. And so, but again, they're working on a couple other solutions. We've been talking about that over the last couple of months that, appreciate Boomer Radio trying to figure out a solution for this, and we've been working closely with them, and I think they're getting closer to a solution. But at least starting this week, there's another option for you to be able to listen and hear, I think, a little bit more clearly in Omaha.
Yeah, we're in the solutions business. That's what Damon always likes to say, especially Nick out in Omaha. We know there's been some frustration there, but 100,000 watts, that's a lot of watts in the radio business. And I know not everybody has an HT radio, but if you have an HT radio, that certainly will be a solution as we continue to find more solutions for everybody out there. The app also is another area that if the terrestrial option is not great, that you have the option to listen on the app. I know we've had some issues there, but we're working on that. It seems to be trending in the right direction on the app. So if all else fails, the Huskers app should be the way to go for you.
Yeah, and I asked Nick, too. I asked him immediately after he sent this out. I said, is this the same thing in tractors? Is there HD radio in tractors? I'm not sure. I don't know, so you can let us know. But, again, we're working on solutions to fix it. But at least maybe there's another option. And, again, we appreciate the feedback because it allows for us to pass it along to folks to get it corrected. And same thing with the app. I know there was a lot of folks upset with the app situation. I think it was in Minnesota was hanging up quite a bit, but we think we have found a solution there as well. So we appreciate the feedback. And look, what I take away from this is people are listening and they care. So that's not
right.
A bad thing.
Send all your anger and your emails to Jessica Coody.
No, Kyle Crooks. We got to initiate him. It's his turn.
It is part of my job, is it not? So I guess if you have any issues, do email me. My email is on the website. So if you have any issues, let me know. Let us know, and we'll try and make sure we spread the word.
So good news there. So we're happy that we continue to work on a solution there and more to come on that. But at least there's another option there. Again, 97.7 on your HD3 radio. Okay, so we want to have one more clip we didn't get to in that first segment with John Butler. Just asking about that USC quarterback, Jaden Mayava. It was a guy that the Nebraska defense faced last year. But how has he improved going into this year's matchup?
Yeah, you can really see that he's a smart quarterback that takes the instruction, not only through the week from the head coach and the play caller, but also in the game. They're in sync when they have to check out of a play, and he's looking to the sidelines to get the information from his staff. He gets them into the right play, whether it's checking out of a run into a pass or checking out of a run into a screen or they check everything. So they'll check a run to a run, they'll check a run to a pass to a run. So you can see when he does that, for the most part, he's doing it right. So I think he's a really good player. I think he's got more escapability than people realize because he's big and he's strong and he gets away from the rush. He has enough running ability that obviously we've had some issues with that throughout the year, that we've got to make sure we keep him in the pocket when the opportunity is there for it. But he's definitely a guy that's much improved from where he was last year at this time, because of obviously he's just had so many more starts and so much more experience against pretty good competition. He's played some good defenses this year too.
Yeah, he's had a lot of experience now since that Nebraska start, but he's been, you look at it, 311 pass yards per game. That's most in the Big Ten, third in the country, and he's one of 4 Power 4 quarterbacks averaging over 300 yards passing per game. He's the real deal, and he also can beat you with his legs in certain situations in the red zone.
And he's got the quarterback whisperer as his offensive coordinator and head coach in Lincoln Riley. He's always got some of the best quarterbacks in the country, so he's known to develop those quarterbacks. So big task ahead for the Nebraska defense coming up on Saturday, 6:30 again. Blackout. Now, I was told that a lot of the gear, a lot of the jerseys in the stadium have been sold out, but a lot of the local retailers still have a lot of those options to get you some black gear to be able to be a part of the blackout coming up on Saturday at 6:30. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. We're back to wrap up the show next.
If you believe the destination is the journey, you'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. It gives you the confidence of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus a 180 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. The 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek. Visit Duteau Subaru, located at 2750 Jamie Lane in Lincoln, and online at DuteauSubaru.com. Duteau Subaru, driven by you.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Slack.
Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole. Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at Streamline